Fact is, I grew up in Compton, California. I was born a Raider. I was born with the Raiders rolling in the Coliseum in L.A. I was rolling with NWA, talking straight out of Compton, rocking Raider hats.
Clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over. Run through a motherfucker face.
I think this journey is the most special because there's not a lot of people that have the opportunity playing in high school and college and then pro and then being injured and then starting coaching as a young coach.
We understand what it's about. We understand Raider Nation. We understand Raider love. Since 1966, you guys have been coming to this stadium and you've been rooting this team on the victory. You've seen this team win 3 Super Bowls. You've been here through the ups. You've been here through the downs. But you never waver.
The mental side of the game is taking me to the next level, and it's true confidence. It's feeding your brain elite of elite. And as I always talk about 1% and more is required, and I always say these things, but it's what I live. I see it everywhere I go because you have to constantly train your mind for greatness.
Welcome to the show, Raider Nation. Thank you for watching on Monday Night Madness. I'm your host, Spicy Raider Girl, with my co-host, Scotty Waddy, Raider One. Today we want to start the show by honoring a great Raider who we lost yesterday, Jim Otto, the OG, I'm going to say the double OG, original Raider.
Commitment to excellence, pride and poise, the greatness of our football team were not only exemplified by Jim Otto, but for more than a decade, he was the standard of excellence by which centers were judged in professional football.
He was one of the toughest players that ever played in football. I mean, you talk about blood and guts. He would be banged up, he would be bleeding in the huddle, blood dripping down through his face mask. Jim Otto was your ultimate all-pro.
I did everything against a lot of these guys to be the best I could and give them a real pain in the neck. That's what I tried to do every time I played. I'm not the best there is, but I'll fight anybody that thinks they're better.
Jim was a great leader. He's working his quarterbacks. He's talking to the coaches. He's talking to the defensive guys that are about to go onto the field. He's talking to the special team guys. Everybody go out there, gang, come on, man. If you were down, he'd pick you up. He made you feel like $1 million. Jim Otto, double O, the ultimate Raider.
So yes, the Raiders organization lost a great one yesterday. So our condolences go out to Jim Otto's family and also the Raiders organization and everyone within the Raiders organization that knew him, and also to the fans. If you have any memories of Jim Otto and you want to join us tonight in discussing those, this show is for you. You are all the stars of the show, so you can call in and let us know if you have any memories, or you can leave comments. But also, we are going to get into our hot takes as well. So thank you for watching in memory of Jim Otto. We are going to get into things here. Remember, if you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button, and subscribe. You can also become a member of the show. The hot takes we have for you tonight, of course, Jim Otto is at the top of our list. Share a memory of him. Will the Raiders win the division? You heard our predictions yesterday. We want to hear your season predictions today for the Raiders record. The OTAs began today. And should the Raiders re-sign players like Spillane, Kuntz, and Morig? Also, who will be the OL starters? Those are some of our hot takes for tonight. I want to say what's up to everyone in the chat. Mother Moon in the building. I think that Black Heart was for Jim Otto. Addie, what is good, girl? Hello, ladies. Raider Travis always in the building. Raiders. Evening, everyone. Thank you for being a member. Ana Diaz. Space Beast says, yo, Spicy and Waddy. On a RIP to Otto. Raider, Dank, Vader. Cheers. Salute to you. Cheers, cheers, cheers. While we are on cheersing, our drinking game alert for the evening is a Raider prediction. Anytime we say it or anytime someone makes a prediction, you know what to do. Take a drink. If you don't drink, you can toke it. If you don't, do other one. Travis, this one's for you. You better start twerking.
Travis.
Let's see. Who else do we have in here? Matt. Great center of all time. 000 is the only number to be retired for the Raiders. Yes, and I'm representing Mr. Otto this evening in honor of him. Tony, salute. Spicy, Anna, Scotty, and Chat, salute. Rest in peace, Hall of Famer Jim Otto. Chris is in the building. Salute, Spicy and Scotty. Have a fire show like usual. Thanks so much. Rick, all the way from Hawaii. Aloha kakua. Spicy Scotty, Raider Nation. I might have botched that. And Travis is getting his twerk on. All right. So yes, if you're new to the show and you don't know this show's for you, we want you to join us on the panel. The link is pinned to the top there. Remember, when you do join us, make sure your YouTube is on mute. Keep us rolling, but make sure it's on mute so that we don't get any feedback. But let's get into our hot takes. If you watched yesterday morning, you saw Scotty, Waddy, myself, and Jerry from Arizona Raider Nation break down week by week of who we thought the Raiders were going to win or lose, take these games. I had a 9-8 schedule or record. Scotty, my man here, a 13-4 schedule. That would be tying the best record last season. So we are going to focus a little bit more today on the division, but we want all of you to focus on any hot topic you would like, but particularly if you want to predict the record. Salute. Scotty, what do you think? Well, we already know if you're predicting 13-4, you got him at the top of the division.
I do. I believe we go 5-1 and splitting Kansas City. I think we can beat Chargers and Denver, sweep them. And I think we can beat Kansas City also, but they're tough, and I think we'll see them.
All right.
What we do.
All right. Yeah, I certainly don't see it that way with a 9-8 record. I actually think that the Raiders will hopefully finish second this year, but I really have the Chiefs finishing on top again. The Raiders are going to fall hopefully second, but they could really, it's going to be a battle between that second and third. And of course, I'm totally dismissing the Broncos, and I think the Broncos are going to be dead last. If you're watching over on Facebook, please join us over on YouTube. It sounds like the Oakland Coliseum. Is our audio bad? We did an audio check. I guess it's bad. I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh, I hear an echo in the background of Scotty. Thanks for letting us know. If mine is good, give me a thumbs up so we know which one to troubleshoot here. Hopefully we don't both have issues. I see some people back. Uh-oh. Scotty, you got me on? Turn me off if you have me on, please. I see some people backstage. I want to be able to see your face before you go on. Even if you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. But let me see you to make sure that we know who you are. There has been some rumors of spam going around where there's some interesting stuff going on behind the secluded camera, if you will. All right. So, yeah, call in. Let us know. Let us know what you think. Let's get some record predictions in here. Jerry was right behind Scotty yesterday. He predicted a 12-5 record. Like I said, I was at 9-8. So let us know what all of you think. Where do you think the Raiders are going to land?
If I can.
Tell me.
Am I echoing?
I don't hear an echo.
Okay. All right. If I can, on my 13-4 prediction.
Uh-huh.
I want to try to justify that with we improved on offense and on defense. We lost 5 games last week. Can you hear me? Because you muted.
Yeah, I'm muted because you're talking. Go for it.
we lost games last season by one score, and I think the improved offense and improved defense combined can help us get those extra points.
All right. Listen, I'm not mad at the optimism. I hope that happens. That's just a tall order for any team. You know, it's a little jarring. That's a tall order for any team. But hey, I respect it. 12 wins and 5 losses for the Raiders 2024 season. Salute. Raider Speedy, what is good with you? I see Cole in the building as well. He said, sounds like the Coliseum. I think we got it worked out. I know some of you are here because you are waiting on the raffle to come. We are going to have a raffle if you participated in the raffle. I am raffling off 2 tickets to the home opener. I know some of you are waiting on that, so stay tuned because that will happen in this episode. Black Sheep, thanks for joining in. Raider Paul, I think you're good now, though. He says, Raiders. Ernest, R.I.P. Jim Otto 00 for sure. Salute. All right. So, yeah, let us know your predictions. Let's move over to OTAs, though, while we get some callers here. So the OTAs in the NFL began today. I heard that the Raiders met but did not practice. So they're choosing to practice tomorrow, to start their practice tomorrow, I should say. So they will have 9 practices instead of the 10. I don't know the reason behind that. I don't know if that was a day in mourning because AP did address the team, saying that, you know, they lost, that the Raiders, we lost a Raider yesterday. I don't know if that's the reason or if this was always scheduled for them to start a day late, but they did meet today, but they did not practice. So there's not much to report in terms of OTAs, except that we're looking for them to starting tomorrow. Anything to add, Scotty?
No. From what I understand, though, everybody's showing up. They say that there is everybody is bought in and participating into the OTAs. Some people don't have to be there, but they are. That's an absolutely positive sign. That's, a lot of these guys are worried about injuries and stuff like that, contract issues, and they don't want to do the extra stuff sometimes. So,
right.
From what I understand, we have a pretty good, solid participation percentage.
Okay, and I love hearing that because, you know, we really, I think with the addition of AP and the culture shift, I think these guys really want to be there. They want to be a Raider. They really want to be like they're really hungry. And that's refreshing to see. You know, you see a lot in years past, we've seen these guys take some time to kind of get into it. These guys are chomping at the bit. So I love seeing that. Tony says, we have done more work than any team this offseason. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Re-sign all 3. He's talking about the players we were mentioning here. We're going to get into that. He's talking about Spillane Kuntz and Morig, if the Raiders should sign them. And we'll get into that just a little bit later. I will make a prediction after we get to 53-11.
Ooh.
Okay. What am I missing?
53-11? I don't know.
I don't know either. School me, Rick. School me. I'm not sure. All right. Ernest says 2024 Raiders will shock the nation and the world for Mr. Otto. All right. 12-5, we will lose twice to KC, but we will beat them in the AFC Championship. No three-peat for KC. Well, wouldn't that be nice? I mean, here's one thing that I think is for sure, right? We definitely have to go through Kansas City. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I mean, they're a 2-time defending Super Bowl champ that happens to be in the Raiders division. So any way you look at it, they're going to either have to beat them twice in the division or at least split to take that top spot. And or if they both make the playoffs, they're going to have to get through them, you know, to keep going. So I think we can all agree on that. So let's, as much as we dislike the Chiefs, let's not forget that they are the 2-time defending champs here. So that is quite the feat, I would say.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, is our completed team after the final cut? Okay.
All right.
I thought we were talking about records. I got you. Talking about the 53-man roster. I got you. Thank you for clarifying.
All right. And by the way, will somebody check my echo? Is my still echoing?
I mean, I don't know. You sound fine to me the entire time. So, and if you're backstage, I still can't see you. If you're backstage, please at least turn your camera on so I can bring you on to join the show. But while we wait on that, let's go into talking about Spillane, Kuntz, and Morig. Okay, so in 2023, last season, the Raiders signed Spillane to a $7 million 2-year contract. Here's some of his numbers. Top 10 linebacker, 148 tackles, 82 of those were solo, 3.5 sacks, and 3 interceptions. Now, to me, that's a great performance. And not only that, I loved his spirit. He seems like a Raider. He plays like a Raider. And furthermore, he says he wants to be a Raider. So, I mean, to me, that's a steal. If you're getting this guy, and they got this guy for $3.5 million per season, I'm saying sign that guy. I'm liking Spillane. Scotty?
I love Spillane. He came on the rush. Whenever it was this last time, and he's talking about how great it is to be able to work behind Max Crosby. It makes his life easier, and so they're kind of feeding off of each other. And if you want anything in this world, you want to feed off the best defensive lineman in the NFL.
Definitely.
So, the guy's just doing the most, and taking advantage of his opportunity. I say sign him. Let's go with it.
Yep, sign him definitely for sure. There's the link. You can't click on this link, obviously, that's on the screen, but you see it. It's pinned to the top. If you want to join us, go ahead and click on that link. I say sign him for sure. The thing is, it's like, we don't know what he's done this season, what he's going to do this season, but I say, let's wrap this up. Let's not wait and play any games. Let's get this guy signed. So we also have Malcolm Kuntz. He signed a 4-year deal. As well as Morig, he signed a 4-year deal as well. Both of these guys are coming into their last season on this contract. Scotty?
Morig is coming into his own as a top secondary man. I definitely want him back. Kuntz, there may not be room for, unfortunately, even as much as I like him, as much as I want him, there may not be room for him at the end of the day. But I wouldn't mind getting him back. Especially seeing what kind of production he's going to have this year. But like I said, there may not be room for him next year.
Yeah, and I'm kind of with you on that. And I really do want consistency, though. I think that's something that the Raiders have needed for years. So if it's work, I would say for these guys in particular, especially him, I think we kind of wait and see the productivity of this season. Before really making that sort of decision. That's my opinion. Really quickly, hold that thought. If you're on Facebook, please join us on YouTube. I see some comments coming through, but we can't actually see them. We can't read them. So if you want us to see your comments, you'll have to comment on Facebook. But I see there are comments coming in. Scotty, go ahead.
And it's a catch-22. If Kuntz has a great season like we want him to, then he wants to get paid. And then you have contract issues. So it's catch-22 on what we can and can't do. Hey, is it me that's frozen or is it you, Spicy? All right. If we can let me just get a little bit of feedback here.
I think we're back on. Rick says, Kuntz, yes, he will thrive this year. We can only hope that's true. April says, hi, Spicy. Hey, girl. Hi, Scotty. There you go. All right. Hopefully we're unfrozen now. Thank you. I don't know why we having technical difficulties today, but it's all good. We're going to get through it. We appreciate it. Let's see. Raiders Rebel. Salute to you as well. Go ahead, Scotty.
No, I was were you talking about the comment section there?
I was just reading some of the comments, but if you wanted to kind of finish up your thoughts on these 3 guys.
Just on those three guys, like I said, I agree with you with the consistency part. It just may be a space issue more than ability issue, which is unfortunate. But Max and Wilkins have big contracts, and there just might not be room for them. But we'll see. We want a great year out of Kuntz, and we're really hoping that Tyree Wilson comes into his own. I mean, that's deadly. That's deadly for a defensive line. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see. Some people may want to restructure and keep it together. There's so many things at play.
Yep, most definitely. Raider Transplant Spicy and Scotty wanted to stop by and say thank you for the invite. Can't make it tonight. Heading to Transplant Support Group. Enjoy Fire Show. Rest in peace, Mr. Otto. Legend 5000. Salute all tonight. Thank you for swinging by. We appreciate you, and definitely enjoy your group tonight, your Transplant Support Group. We appreciate you taking the time. April says Spillane reminds me of Romanowski. I like it.
He's a tough guy. He's definitely a tough guy. I love him.
I love him too.
He has a lot of Raider vibes about him. He's definitely bought in. He definitely loves Max. There's not much you can ask for. He's out there giving Max effort. Can't be mad at that.
Yep.
Nothing wrong to say about it.
Nope. I mean, I say sign him. Ernest, if players produce at all levels for AP, the next man up will mean trade values go up also.
Yeah, that's what I was saying also. And that's unfortunate. It's a double-edged sword in that situation, but that's the way this works.
Yep, unfortunately. Lucky, what's good? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a member. What up, Raider fan? Raiders, let's go. This is for you, Angelo. If you happen to still be watching, Angelo Hart, your Raider heart is... All right. Raiders Rebel, in response to April, facts, April, he has that beast in him faux show. Black Sheep, the guys need to get signed ASAP. They blossomed in the fire. That's a good point, actually. I don't think we've really, at least on this show, have really spoken about how the Raiders really did come through and blossom in the fire, as he's saying. I mean, the way that season was going last season with the McDaniels and Ziegler drama and, the disgruntled fan base and all these sorts of things, and for AP to step in and for these guys to thrive under him. I mean, really, unfortunately, at the end, the overall season didn't end up so well, but that last half of the season was very promising.
Right.
Absolutely. And they played very, very well. And I think that's something that really needs to be spoken for. And I think I just recently again saw, and unless it was old, I recently again saw AP kind of having to stand up for the culture in the locker room with the cigars and the music and things of that nature. But I agree with them. I think it's fine. I think it's good momentum. Listen, it was a losing season. However, for them to blossom in the fire, I think that is something to be celebrated, and you certainly want to leave on a good note. So I support those guys in the locker room, and to be able to under normal circumstances, I'd be like, okay, why are you celebrating a losing season? But under these circumstances, I'm with it.
No, and the other thing is that the organization backed up the players' effort. They went out, they made some great free agent moves. They had a good draft. So they're just adding to it, and now it's like, okay, let's go, AP, we got you still, and it seems like, with the participation in the OTAs and, all these podcasts and, things that you've been hearing from the team, everybody's bought in. So it looks like we're ready to get this season going. It looks like we're fired up to go, and I think Raider Nation is fired up to go for it too, as opposed to the past couple years.
Correct. Rick agrees with you. Correct, Scotty, on Kuntz. He may thrive, but then his value rating will rise.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't think it's a matter of wanting him at this point. I think it's a business decision, which is it sucks for us fans, but that may be a business decision, and it may be a business decision on his end too. Does he want to stay a Raider because we did something good, because we took such a huge leap this year that he's willing to take something team friendly to stay with us. That may be his business decision also. We just went through that with Josh Jacobs. So, there's a whole bunch of factors at play, but I'm hoping he kills it. Usually these guys do really well in that final season, in that contract season. And if he does do really well, and the line does really well, the defense in and of itself, and he says, you know what, I want to stay here, I want to play for AP, I'm willing to give me an extra year, stretch the money out, whatever you got to do, figure it out, Telesco and Champ Kelly, I want to be here. Hopefully that's the best. That'd be our best case scenario. I think. Hey, I can't hear you there, Spicy.
My bad. I'm trying to go on mute while you're talking to eliminate an echo, if that's the thing, but thank you. We do want you to join us, Raider Nation, on camera. The link is up top. If you want to join us on camera, if you're camera shy or you aren't camera ready, there's the number 510-394-4409 in case you wanted to call in.
Hey, can we go to Spicy? Not to interrupt you. I don't know if you had another thought. Ernest Yaji has a great comment there. AP got Eichenberg. He has Spillane, Diablo, and Masterson, plus a few others. His linebacker room will be beast. That Eichenberg pickup is really interesting. I'm not sure. I don't think he's a day one starter. I think he can fill in, and I think that he might be able to make something out of it. Spillane's already proven. Diablo, he's good, but he can have his issues also. And Masterson, we'll see about Masterson.
All right. Thank you. Well, we have somebody backstage, and we would definitely like to bring her in. And you know what that sound means. When you hear hell's bells for anyone that calls or comes on or is in the panel, when you hear that sound, that means we are ready for a guest. We have Miss April backstage, always repping AOC. What's good, girl? Welcome to the show.
What's going on? Y'all, I hear echo. I know everybody's talking about we hear an echo. I hear an echo, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Echo, whatever. Raiders. Yeah, so whatever.
All right. Let's go. Sometimes it's a little loud in the crowd. We got to do what we got to do.
Listen, I love y'all show. I can't even tell you. Hi, Scotty.
What's up?
Here I am again.
We love it. Thanks for coming on.
Telling y'all what I told y'all. Number 12, because we just recently changed numbers. Number 12. The quarterback for the Raiders. And people still are talking smack about him. I'm like, bro, give this dude a chance. I'm so excited for Aiden O'Connell. I'm gonna continue this journey, this fight for him, because I feel he isn't given his whatever people are not giving him. I love him. I think he's going to do big things now that the Raiders schedule is out. Wow. We have a pretty tough schedule, but whatever.
Hey, so AP has said that it is
that's funny.
AOC's job. It's on him now. I don't care what anybody's saying. AP said that it was AOC's job. That he had earned the starting reps. Everybody's talking in the chatter. So what? It's his to lose.
Girl.
Yes, I am on that Woodson whiskey, but it's almost empty. Don't worry. I stay ready.
Don't you worry. You know what? When you're on, I never worry. I know you're on your shit.
Thank you. Can I just say, April, you know, I respect AOC. I think the word you're looking for is lack of respect. I do think, though, it's still up for grabs, the position. However, I don't like the disrespect he's getting from the NFL and the CBS and the ESPN analysts. They have already written him off. If you read any article or you see any of their predictions, they're basing it off of Minshew being the starting quarterback. I actually think that's extremely irresponsible, and it's them not doing their research in a sense, because AP has already gone to say that AOC will be taking the first snaps, at least not starting quarterback yet, but at least in practice. So as of now, it's his job to lose. So to see this narrative out there already writing him off, I mean, I think that's disrespectful. And hey, I don't know if AOC is the kind of guy that gets motivated by this kind of stuff. I kind of don't think so, but I hope it motivates him.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Here's the thing. I watch the stuff. I listen to Antonio Pierce. AOC is the starting quarterback. People need to stop, like you said, giving him this bad rap.
Oopsie.
And I don't know what else to say about him. What else to do about him? Considering he was given this crappy start, this clown of a coach we had before we got AOC, before we got Antonio Pierce. I don't know. What's going to happen is when the season starts and he's a starter and you have these shows, I'm going to come on and be like, ha ha ha, I told y'all, motherfuckers. I told y'all. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say. Because I was reading a clip where Antonio Pierce was saying the dude is like working out. He's getting slimmer. He's doing, and I've been telling Scotty, if I ain't, tell me I'm wrong. I've been telling you. You know, he didn't have a chance to, on the off season, to do what he has to do. He got kind of thrown in. He was this big, like, brr, you know, whatever. But you all wait. You all wait. You just all wait. It's all good. It's all good. And honestly, besides O'Connell, the whole defensive line. Look.
Love.
I need to be September. Period.
I'm with you, girl. I am more excited. I've been saying this over and over. I'm more excited when the Raiders are on defense than offense. It's like my favorite part, honestly. I know we have to score points to win and all the stuff, and I know people get excited about touchdowns, but I get excited about seeing Mad Max and company running around the field tackling these fools.
You know, that's a good point that you're bringing up, because we have the weapons. Everybody's questioning the quarterback position. Well, if that quarterback can use those weapons, well, this should be exciting on both ends of the ball this time. You would think.
It's almost insulting to me that people are even questioning the starting position. I don't know. It's just me. I'm not one of these bandwagon fans that is like, oh yeah, we got to go with Gardner. No. Minshew is a backup quarterback at best. Okay. Thank you for them signing him. Whatever. We needed somebody.
Well, we needed somebody, yeah.
We did. We needed somebody. Everybody wanted, the giraffe. They wanted him to get this, that, and the other. No, there's a reason for everything. And I cannot friggin' wait. I get giddy thinking about it, and I'm like, bro, is it like not even preseason? Just jump in. Let's go. We are going to go.
Hey, I think we need that preseason, April.
No,
we need that preseason. We got a couple of tough games to start the season. So we need a little bit of practice. We need to get our timing on right. So that preseason is gonna help out a little bit.
fuck the Cowboys, fuck the night, whoever we play. I don't give a fuck. Okay?
No, I disagree. I think I'm probably one of the few who thinks preseason's important. Like, listen, I know that, you know, these are guys, well, everyone says these guys are going to watch that probably aren't even going to make the team. But listen, we need those guys. Look, we're sitting here talking about AOC. No one ever expected him to see the field, to be a starter, and let alone start half the season. So I think that's somewhat of a good example of who is going to be there when these guys, you know, don't make it. I think all these other these guys that are going to make the team or not, I think it's important. That's going to develop for the future and those types of things. I'm not one to write off preseason.
No, it gets NFL speed ready.
Yeah, exactly.
I write off preseason all day because at the end of the day, it don't matter because guess what? In preseason last year, Aiden O'Connell was on fire. But then when he came on, and, you know, Jimmy Glassass was Jimmy Glassass. You know, he went 5-5, but at the same time, he wasn't even supposed to, like...
Right, but don't you think those starts in preseason were helpful? That's the only time you really get... Listen, if you're on an NFL team, even if you're not going to make the team, those guys are all extremely fast and talented, and you're not really going to get that real live experience without preseason. So I think it was a benefit for AOC to be able to have that.
Absolutely, for AOC, it definitely was like, whoa, okay, this kid's got... you know, whatever he's got. But when it comes to the regular season, nobody expected him to start. Nobody. If y'all expected him to start, oh, please let me know. Nobody. I was like, this dude, what is happening right now? You know, like. However, I just, man, Antonio Pierce, this guy's bringing back culture. Like, I want it to be September so friggin' bad right now.
I'll give you that.
I want everybody to shut the hell up. This man is bringing back smash mouth football to what he can bring it back to because the NFL is getting soft on us. But ooh.
I agree with you that. I agree with you there. April, we're going to wrap you because I think Rick is trying to either call in or get in. But we do appreciate you, girl. Thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for always watching. We appreciate you. And go Raiders. I just love you too, girl. I just want to respond to that last comment she had about AP. I mean, that is absolutely true. He's not only changed the culture, he's changed the marketing. I mean, if you look at the marketing, the Raiders have always had that traditional Raiders font. Now they're using more of like an old English type of font, and it's not just in here or there. It's like universal now. And if you go back to the end of the season in the stadium, it got a little less Viva Las Vegas fluff. They were playing a little more of the music we're used to in LA and in Oakland, and these guys are really like, they're buying into it.
Hey, you know I'm an LA Raider. You know I love that old English font.
I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying it's different. I'm not mad at it at all. That's not a knock. I'm just saying it's different, and it's nothing. And it's nothing that they've done before. In fact, they've kind of shied away from the LA and the Oakland culture. And AP has given it almost the okay to be that again. So I'm here for it.
I said that shows ago, not on this show, but on the other shows on the channel. I said I think that AP is the bus that brings us together, back to that Raider culture. So I'm all for it.
Rick, I know you're there, my friend. Just give us a second. We are going to get you on live here. We have Rick on the phone all the way from Hawaii. I think this is Rick. It's 808. Give me one sec. All right. Talk to me, my friend.
Aloha kako.
Aloha kako.
Aloha kako. Malama pono. Raider Nation.
Yes. I'm going to leave that to the professional.
We talk funny in Hawaii, but when you look at it, it makes sense. If you just listen, you get kind of, what? Sometimes.
Tell us what you think. What is your season prediction for these Raiders, for these 2024 Raiders?
I rarely do these prediction this early because there's spots being provided for maybe some injuries. Got my fingers crossed that we stay healthy. Health is a key, as we all know it. Let me see here. I'm saying 10-7 plus minus 2. So we could be 2 less. That's 8-9, right? Or 13-4, like Scotty mentioned. It just depends on the ball. Sometimes that ball falls the right way, and sometimes it doesn't. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the math there with the 2-game swing, but okay.
I always do a plus minus 2 because you're going to have games that you think you're going to win based on, let's say, if we're 500. See that you got 4 quarters in a game. It used to be 4 quarters in a season, right? But they added that extra game. So I count that last quarter. It's that last push if you're in it. There were games back in the day where we were 6-2, and we ended up being 8-8. We were rolling, and it just didn't. The ball didn't bounce our way. Injuries would happen. We brought in. I remember one year we brought in Campbell. We did a trade that we should have never did. Quarterback from Washington. We gave them a bag and stuff and some player and some picks for Campbell. It didn't turn out. It didn't work out for us.
Yeah.
But this year, the excitement is that we've seen what we got. We've seen this draft. They didn't go all in like they could have, but I think the suspect thing would be the quarterback play. Not saying that an average quarterback won't thrive. I'm saying if we stay good on our ends, our right and left tackles, and our center position, with the depth that we have on the outside and doing books on the end, with the 2 tight end set, it's going to be hard to defend that. So other teams have to lay back because if they rush us, we can go right over the top with the bookend. And so I think that's the way the direction they were going. Yeah. To me, if I made a prediction right now, I would say 10-7.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. Scotty wants to respond to that, but we're going to let you go. Thank you again, Rick, all the way from Hawaii. Thanks for your call.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Just on what you were saying there, Rick. We opened up a playbook for 12 personnel that we didn't run very much last season. And not a lot of teams are running that. But yeah, I think you're right. We're opening the playbook a lot, even at 22 personnel. I think 4 personnel is what we're really going to be running.
All right. And we still have that raffle we're going to get to. So we're going to get to that raffle just after I read a few comments here. For everyone who joined the raffle to win 2 tickets to the home opener at Allegiant Stadium against the Carolina Panthers. We are about to do that. I just want to read some of these comments. Art says, back to preseason. That's sad is the starters don't even play preseason now. I hope the buck that will trend with AP. I kind of tend to agree a little bit. I know they don't want to get injured and things of that nature, but I think taking a couple snaps would be good for several reasons, maybe for 2 reasons. And I also think they should travel with the team even if they don't play, because the fans come to see certain guys, even if they're standing on the sidelines. And some people can only make it to preseason, maybe because of cost and things of that nature. Like, I remember being disappointed when I would go to preseason games and I wouldn't see certain guys even show up. So to me, that's a little bit of a disappointment. But I think there's no, like we spoke about AOC, there is no better experience than real life football. And so you see these guys kind of get off to a slow start in the first couple games because they haven't had it yet. And I think it's important for them to have it. That's my take on it. So I tend to agree. Scotty?
A lot of people say that. This guy didn't play the preseason, so he comes in the game and we still wrestle. And so But then you get to the business side of this, and they don't want to get hurt in the preseason game. And, they don't want to, sometimes the coach doesn't want to playbook in the preseason. There's just a lot of things that go into it. And I've gone to preseason games. I went to one last year. It's not really a Super Bowl game. It's like, a bunch of hype, but what you really wanted to see. But it's necessary. It's necessary evil to get these guys up to game speed.
Yeah.
To get things worked out. And
even then, if you're not going to play them, I at least like to see them show up. Right. Because there's a lot, not only for the fans, but there's a lot of tutelage that could be had on the sidelines as well to some of these guys that can make the team morale, all things of that nature. So I am kind of with you there. Let's see. What else do we have in here? Raiders Rebels says they will never get away from the LA culture. They tried. They did try. The Raiders are the only LA team besides the Rams in Super Bowl 16 to win a Super Bowl. They certainly tried, and that went back to Mother Moon's comment. This was a not so funny joke her and I heard. Being called the riffraff by certain members of the Raiders organization. If we came from LA or Oakland, we did not make that up. Sadly, that is true. But we back in the building.
Proud riffraff. Let's go.
We back in the building. Yeah. Well, we never left the building, but now we feel welcome.
and you know what? There was that whole thing with Mark Davis went on and kicking people out. I don't want whatever. I'm not gonna get back into that. But I think Mark Davis kind of welcomes us back.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
Is it that time? It's that time. If you're trust me, everyone's name is on here. If you're watching from phone, it might be a little hard to read. If you're watching from your computer, it should be easy. And if you're watching from your TV, you can see your name clearly. So if you entered this raffle, we're going to give out 2 tickets right now to the home opener. Look out for other raffles to come this Thursday. We are going to be raffling off tickets for the Kansas City Chiefs game. The raffle will start on Tuesday. And if you're listening to this right now, we are going to offer you $10 per entry for watching this show. Once it goes live, this is like kind of a pre-sale. Once it goes live, it's going to be $15 per entry or 2 for $25. So as a supporter, we are offering you a pre-sale. Hit me up on Spicy Raider Girl on Facebook, or you can comment on For Life or Raider Story on Instagram. If you want to, or comment down below here on YouTube, if you want to enter the raffle for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, everybody wants to win. I know everybody wants to win. The wheel is spinning. Let's see who we have. How do you work this thing? I actually don't know. Let's see. Click, double click. Spin the wheel. How do you spin it? Oh, here we go.
It looks like it's spinning.
Well, I mean, how do we pick someone?
I don't know. I don't know how to stop it.
I don't know how to stop it either. Technical help? Technical difficulties?
Anyone?
Actually,
hey,
tell me.
As you figure that out, can I go back to a comment from the room?
Yep.
This kind of hit me.
Okay.
Preseason is also good to take family since cost might be low.
Right.
Touche. What a valid. And this is about it. And I've complained about this. That it cost me, $2,500 for a little Raider game. I'm not doing big things. And unfortunately, a lot of times the players aren't playing in the preseason. Your kid knows. Unless you're my kid, your kid knows the top. But
right, that's true.
They aren't playing, and that's unfortunate. But it is true. I wish I would play. And you did get for some of the people who can't afford it, etc. You get a chance to go with your kid or your daughter, your son or your daughter, and go see the game and see those people at a lower cost. That would be great. If that was that. But yeah, it's a valid what you're talking about there.
Yeah, I don't know. We might have to do a separate show to do this raffle. I honestly don't know how to make this thing pick. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks like it's buffering on there.
I don't think that's buffering. I think it's just spinning. Anyway, we'll get back to it. I'll try to figure this out here. Scotty, you wanna talk to the chat a little bit while I try to work this out?
Sure, absolutely. Let me go back to that comment. Hi, Spicy, Trini Candelaria. Hi, Spicy Girl. How are you? Also, Raider Guy. How are you? You good?
I'm good. Hi, everyone.
Is Raider Guy me?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Ernest, where does it say that?
It's on Trini Candelaria.
Oh, there's so many comments, and we love all the comments. I actually don't see it, but
yeah. Ernest Biaggi, I hope I'm saying your name right. Had season tickets from 65, 2004. Always gave preseason tickets to family with children for free. Hey, man, it's the truth. It costs a lot to go to a football game these days, man.
Yeah,
it's difficult. It's and people go through life things.
I mean, listen, even a preseason game isn't necessarily cheap. I mean, what are those? $85 or something like that? We have Houston Steve on the line. He's going to Houston Steve, are you there? Hey, we have Houston Steve. Thanks for calling. We're doing great. I'm sure you have a lot of great Jim Otto stories, but tell us why you're calling this evening.
It's got to be because of Mr. Original, Mr. Raider of Jim Otto. I know a lot of people say Tim Brown was Mr. Raider, but he was the original one. From what I've read and everything, Angela, out of the Sacramento Bee today, Jim Otto was the first Raider that signed for the Raiders. So, he was just a great player. I mean, whenever you see, him, he was about as old school as you can get next to Tom Flores, and he was such a great player. He said if he didn't get his nose broken during the game, that he wasn't playing hard enough.
Love it. I love it.
He was just down in the dirt, double O, and he was just out there, and he was such a great guy with the fans and everything. You see him out the Raider image, and a lot of people don't realize this, but his right leg was amputated underneath his knee and everything, but he was always proud. He would show off his, he had a silver and black and aluminum leg and everything, but he was just such a great player. When the going got tough, man, he was just always out there. He was Dolby before Dolby was our center, and of course we had most parts of other great players that were centers, but he was just an awesome player and everything to watch and everything. He said, I don't know, it was just, when you think of the Raider, just like the snake, and he was always cheering on his teammates and always, the biggest fan, and Philippiano said some really great things about him, about how he was always just there for him, and he knew everything about everybody, what their positions and what was going on. He was a real student of the game. To grow up Raider, being a Green Bay fan up in Wausau, Wisconsin. He was just awesome, Angela. I mean, you can't think of a better Raider.
Yeah, here. I know, I think I'm on mute. Yeah, he was one of those, like I said, he's the double OG Raider.
Here's a
Scott wants
comment.
to say something real quick.
Yeah, here's a comment to what you said about breaking his nose. Can you imagine how hard you would with today's helmets? the helmet was in your face. Can you imagine how it would feel with today's helmet? And he really would feel you.
What's really neat about this is that when people ask you why you the fans, but it's because of players like Jim Otto and Tim Brown and Marcus Hill and all these other great players, the snake, and that's when you think of the Raiders, these are the guys you think about. They call them foundational pieces of the franchise.
All right, Steve. Well, thank you for calling. We appreciate you. Thank you. You always have great insight. We appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate you. I send my best to Mama Moon and the crew out there. Hey, Angela, you'd be proud of me. I still wear stuff that says Oakland Raiders. I always will, because that's what.
Oops. Oh, we're having all kinds of technical difficulties. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Raider Steve, or Houston Steve. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
We have somebody backstage that wants to join us. I'm hoping he will give us his insight on what he thinks the Raiders season will be like. AR, what's good, my friend? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, Spicy? Scotty, everyone in the chat, hello.
Hey, man, how's it going?
I'm doing a quick look at my dog. I've got maybe 5 minutes, but I just wanted to say hello.
We appreciate it. So what do you have, the Raiders? We did our season prediction show yesterday. Scotty was at 13-4. I was at 9-8. What do you have? What are you at?
I don't give season predictions in terms of records.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to see how things shake out. And also, like, what I do want to say is whenever I get on the subject of this, when I go on a live stream, sometimes the wins and losses don't tell the full story. You know what I mean? Like, this is AP's first year, and for me, like, you know, we might go 9-10 or 9-8 or whatever it might be and just miss the playoffs. For me, it's not playoffs or bust. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's hope for this team to get to where we want to be in time, and they're showing that on the field, even in the losses, then that's enough for me to, you know, be not right off the season as a bet. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. I actually tend to agree with you. I think that this is, I personally wouldn't call it a rebuilding year. However, I think it's going to take several years, 2 years minimum, 3 years hopefully, for the Raiders to really kind of get to the point where they make a strong run in the playoffs into the Super Bowl. And I think they're making good steps to do that, taking good steps to do that.
Yeah, I agree. That's the way I see it too. I mean, look, I've said it before, like, I have all the confidence in the world that Antonio Pierce is going to get us to where we need to be. It's just going to take time. How long it's going to take us, whether it can be straight from the jump or whether it's, you know, 2-3 years down the line, I have all the confidence in the world. But we will get to where we want to be. It's just going to take time.
Not only that, no, please, you continue.
I was just going to ask a quick question, then I got to duck on out of here because I got an appointment in about 10 minutes. With that young secondary room that we have, like, we've invested in, like a few draft picks at the cornerback position the last 2 years. Do you see one of these guys being that other outside corner alongside Jack Jones, or do you see us bringing in another free agent to kind of bring some experience and maybe be that other outside guy? What do you guys think?
I particularly love that question. There's a lot of talk about bringing in a free agent. I'm not 100% that Jack Jones is the one guy on the other side. For me, it's still a toss up in the air. But I would like to bring in one of these veterans for this year, and then try to build up some of these guys that we got in the draft. I would like to see that room, that secondary room grow. And I think we could use a veteran right now to go on the other side of Jack Jones. Only has three. I think this is his third year. He's not, so much of a established player either. So he did great last season at the end there. But I'd like to see a veteran come in there and kind of take control of that place and try to guide these guys.
Interesting. Thank you. What about you, Spice?
I know I'm on mute. I'm trying to eliminate the echo if I'm the issue. My bad. Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, and I just put a kind of segueing here, but putting up Rick's point here, I believe the Raiders will be competitive, but need another draft. The foundation is looking awesome. I'm kind of right there. I think these guys are going to develop. They're still developing, and then we have some of these guys like Mad Max who, I think, are still getting better.
Sure.
So we're definitely like going the right direction.
This should be right around the middle of Max Crosby's prime, right?
Well, for normal players, I would say yes. I'm not sure we can necessarily put that sort of timeline on him. I mean, in terms of seasons, I would say yes. I kind of think he's just getting started, honestly.
I hope so.
What is
we also got to remember, like, football takes a toll on the bodies, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like a normal person.
There's all those things to factor in, and I don't know the exact stats. This is going off the top of my head, so, don't quote me on these. But I think Max is at something like 53 sacks career. Greg Townsend has just over 100. Max is in, 19, 21, 24, going into his 5th season. He's got, roughly 50 to get there. 10 per season for the next 5 seasons. I think he becomes the Raiders' all-time sack leader, and I think he's only going to improve. So I know that sounds like a lot. That sounds like a tall order and a big number, but man, I can't remember seeing anyone more hungry. So coming into his prime, sure, or kind of just like getting started. Maybe a little of both.
I hope so. Like, the only thing that'll cut him short from that is injuries.
Right.
Otherwise, if he stays healthy, he stays playing at the same level. If it's just more of the same, there's no reason why he couldn't get there. But anyways, I've got to go. Thank you for having me on, Quest and Scotty.
We appreciate you.
I'll show you where I'm at in Australia. So
Let's see Australia.
give me a moment. I'm just going to try and switch this.
Are you in Brisbane?
No, I'm in West.
Okay. Oh my gosh, beautiful.
Wow.
Love it.
This is where I take my
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, I got to bounce up. Take care, gang, and I'll catch you on the next one.
All right. Thanks so much. We appreciate you. Always great hearing from AR. He has such great insights and a beautiful view. We're working out, in case you're still waiting on the raffle, Mother Moon is working on an alternative wheel to spin, because that one, I don't know if it's buffering or whatnot, but that one is gonna, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're still early in the show, so we wanted to do it at about the 7 o'clock mark. The show usually goes about an hour and a half, so don't you worry. Raider Squid, what's good? Thanks for being a member. Good evening to you. Space Beast, the Great Barrier Reef. All right, Rick says, yeah, that RCB. Hopefully Jay Bennett and the rookie D Richardson may need time. The LCB's looking good with Jones and Nate Hobbs. All right.
There's still a lot of improvement to be done in all those situations.
You know what that sound means, everybody? That means somebody has joined the madness. Somebody is backstage, and we want to hear what they have to say about some of our hot takes here. Welcome to the show, Ralph.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey, I gotta tell you for this one, the Raiders should be resigning Robert Spillane, because I know, and he was working it out, but I gotta tell you, I think that the most possible to do about this, the linebacker room is gonna be fully loaded. It's about deep, and for that team, Jim Otto, even though that I just saw the highlights for one of those games, because that the whole organ about the Raiders, like the old time. He represents a heart and soul for the whole Raiders. And for that moment, I just saw for Jim Otto, because he was like the greatest player of all time. There's no doubt about it. He was just like the OG. And I got my prediction, because I'm gonna be quicker right now. I got 12 wins and 5 losses. The only losses against Baltimore Ravens, because they have a defense, and they have just Lamar Jackson. Also, we just got by the Chiefs and Chargers, because hopefully at the SoFi Stadium, the week number 1, I hope to see Raiders versus Chargers getting play right now, because remember the last time you saw for Raiders 6-3 against Chargers? I mean, that was super great. And I hope this of like ruining Jim Harbaugh's here, and of course for the Devils. And there are another loss that's going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Cincinnati Bengals, I mean, that's gonna happen because right now, I'm very confident about the team right now. It's gonna be 12-5, 12 wins. We're gonna get ahead to the playoffs. It's not gonna be easy. It's all about the offense and, of course, putting back to it. There's no gimmicks. There's no problem. There's no filter. There's no excuses. Let's get back to it and be represent who we are because this season is gonna be incredible. We're gonna have it to Jim Otto. So Jim Otto, right now, it is time to get back to work and let's represent part in nation.
You know what? I'm going to nominate you to do our press conferences to the team. Like, I want to vote for you right now. I love it, man. I love it.
Yes, it is.
No, but I'm making a joke out of it. But what you're saying is really solid. You know, it's on point. You know, so I really like it.
Yes, it is. And of course, I'm going to be short right now because I'm going to do something to make them food. But I just wanted to tell you, thanks for having me. It's going to be like 4 minutes, but I got to tell you this one. No matter what happens, Raider Nation is always represent for one nation. It's always about culture, tradition, loyalty, respect, and of course, represent all these persons that no matter what happens, no matter if you're black, Asian, no matter Latino, we are the greatest. We had the biggest in the entire world. And I'm sorry you had to do this because we are the best motherfucking team on the planet. So I tell about it. Better Nation's in the building. So salute to everybody. El Capitán Rapucho. Peace out. Better Nation for life. Let's go.
I love it.
All right. Mic drop. Mic drop and bounces. I love it.
Hell yeah. Drop it. I love it.
Come in, spit on the mic and drop it. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. We got a couple comments in here.
Yeah, let's get to him. I want to address Raiders Rebel. Greg Townsend shouldn't count as the Raiders' all-time sack leader. He only played 3 seasons. Fair enough. Like I said, don't quote me off anything. I just the thought I had off the top of my head. And to me, I don't think Mad Max cares about that. Honestly, you can put an asterisk on anything. He was going to want to be the best. He's going to want to be at the top of that list no matter where the sacks came from. That's just my opinion. But I hear what you're saying, man. I hear what you're saying. Scotty, did you see some comments you wanted to
no, there was just a whole bunch that was going there. Let's go on the list. It looks like there's some good points in there.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. The next one is, and he didn't have all the sacks in 3 seasons. Okay, you know what? I don't want to debate all that. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
Yeah, I mean, that's semantics. Again, it was just an off-the-cuff thought. All I'm saying is I think Mad Max is going to want the number.
Yeah. April, Lamar Jackson and Dave Cameron will be the reason we win or lose. Interesting comment, and it could prove to be true. They may either kill us, or we might arguably step up and shut them down. Valid comment. Leakgate to Poo, Lake, Mahamo better stay on his feet. We on the ass season. I'm not sure who you're talking about there, but I like the comment. Raiders Rebel. Seems like we're sweeping the division. Like I've been saying, let's go. Put that shit in the air. You know, I have us going 5-1 in our division. Again, I think we can beat the Broncos. I think we can beat the Chargers. And I think we can split with Kansas City. So, hey, okay, I dig it. All I know is the NFL is about to get that D. I'm assuming you're talking about that defense. Okay, all right. Yeah, let's give them the D. Sweeping the division should be our main focus in 24. Great comment. Look, man, you know, everybody's talking about the record to be able to get into the playoffs, but winning the division is a way to get into the playoffs. So, you know, a lot of people miss that step. A lot of people want the numbers. It doesn't have to matter if you have the wins. So, excellent point. Let's see. Raiders defense games have well-balanced. Team stays healthy. Raiders can make some noise. I said at the top of the hour, Rick. I said, look, we can improve it. offense and an improved defense. We lost 5 games last season by one score, if I'm not mistaken. And I think what you're saying there makes a difference. That's what I think our win totals. Let's see what you got here. Ian, Raiders, what we have. Players that love quarterbacks. Okay. Yeah, it looks like Max loves to slap quarterbacks. Let's enjoy some rules.
I mean, listen, he's in here trying to troll, and it's all good. Hey, we're just happy you're watching. I mean, I wouldn't personally never go into a Chiefs show. So hey, if you wanna watch us, it's all good. But yeah, Raiders don't know that we have players that love slapping quarterbacks. We don't. Do you? I know we have players that love slapping quarterbacks.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
It's all good.
You ready for the home? Space Beast Rebel, he was with us for 10 years, and he was talking about Greg Townsend. Okay. Max is my favorite. Okay, Ian. All right, Ian. Listen.
It's all good.
I got time today. All right, I got time today. Jaden doesn't even like the Raiders. Raiders think they're all that. We sure the hell do. And as John Madden says, what are you going to do about it? We own the West. Okay, coming. Right? What else? There, Ian. So we ain't scared of the Raiders. We're on the field to begin with, but they better be scared of the quarterback getting hurt. I think you might want to watch your quarterback. All right? Okay, we're okay. After that happens, the season is over for the Las Vegas Raiders. Can't wait. Cry Raiders. Man, you sure are doing a lot of commenting on Raiders. So I don't know who's doing the commenting here. We're just predicting the game. Okay. Raiders Rebel quarterbacks, and they're both very similar. So if we lose one, we'll be just fine. That may prove to be true. It needs to be Garnerman should just be well as a backup. I'm assuming that AOC is going to be the starter. As of right today, that's the way it is. And if Garnerman has to back up, I'll take him over Hoyer or Raffle or what was that other guy? Whatever. Anyways, take him over those. Great. Max Crosby is about to be the best year. Wait on it. We need to wait on it. He was the best last year. He got screwed for that defensive player of the year. Hey, I don't think we're getting enough.
Well, I will say this about the defensive player of the year. I mean, screwed or not, I don't know. That's up for debate. But I will say this. I think he deserved at least some votes. Put it that way. For him to get 0 votes, that just shows a little bit of disrespect, maybe a little bit of hate.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because I don't want to take away from the other defensive players who did, but come on. The guy deserves some votes. He deserves some respect. But again, we've been talking about the lack of respect this entire show. The lack of respect for AOC, the lack of respect for the Raiders in general, and now we've kind of touched on the lack of respect for Max. And I can just hope that this fuels everyone's fire. I know it fuels Max's fire. You know what I mean? So I just hope this fuels everyone's fire, fan base included. Get your ass in the stands, show up, wear black, scream Raiders, know the culture, represent.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Let me take it back. You just reminded me about something. I saw something that I haven't heard anybody else talk about. That just it shot out. When JPG was drafted, he referred to the autumn wind. Which one of these new Raiders is talking about the autumn wind? That's not happening anymore. And I was like,
yeah,
that dude's got Raider in his blood. I was so happy when I heard him say it.
Yeah, and I agree with you, and I didn't really want to get into this too much, but since you brought it up, I actually think there should be. Listen, these guys are football players. I understand they can't know the culture and the history of any NFL team. Most of them probably grew up as fans of other teams, and or maybe not really fans of the NFL at all. Let's be honest. They just want to play. However, I think there should be some sort of coaching, quick little teaching, if you will, to every new rookie who goes on to any team, really, to learn the history and the culture of every team so that they can really embrace it. I think that would be great for something for, if the NFL doesn't want to implement it, I'm sure if the Raiders wanted to, they can implement it on well. Like, they should know who different players are. I'm not saying you have to know everything, but a little history, I think, can go a long way in terms of wearing that shield.
Sure. And what I was trying to get across is that is not implemented, but he did already.
Correct. No, I got you. I understand, and I'm happy for him, and I'm like, yeah, dude, get it. And I would just piggybacking off it a little more, like, they can't expect to know. Kudos to him for knowing, but let's teach him.
Sure.
All right, let's go into this raffle because we had to go to a little backup plan here. So we are just going to do it off my phone. Unfortunately, it's not as fancy, but it'll get the job done. So let's see. We're going to, I hope you can see this. If not, can you see it at all? So we're going to start the raffle.
It's not clear.
Well, you know,
go for
it. I guess you're just going to have to trust me. So we are finally going to get to the raffle. Again, excuse me, if you don't win this raffle and you want to win, hey, Ian's here. Maybe he wants to enter. I am dropping a raffle on Thursday. You get no discount though, my friend. To all of our supporters, it's a $10 buy-in for the entry for my season tickets. Once we release them, it will be 1 for $15 or 2 for $25. So since all of you are supporting us here today, I do want to extend that offer to you. So let's go. We got Mother Moon. Maybe you can comment who the winner is, because I actually don't have the list in front of me. Everyone's name was on that other wheel. This wheel does not have names. They just have numbers. It looks like the winner is number 29. Let me see who that is really quickly. If you know in the comments before I do, you let me know. But I'm going to go here and check my list really quickly. Number 29 is Patsy Dixon. Ironically, she has been backstage this entire time, but her device is not connected. Like, I wish you could come on right now, Patsy Dixon, to join us. She's actually backstage right now and has been the entire show, but has not actually been able to get her camera to work. So, Patsy, if you're back there, congratulations. You will need to connect your mic and cam before you can go on the live stream. But congratulations to you, Miss Patsy Dixon. She is from the Sacramento Booster Club, straight out of Sac. We actually met this beautiful lady and a bunch of her fellow Sacramento boosters in Miami back in 2015, maybe? When Beast Mode was still on the team. Oh my gosh, I can't remember which year it was. But congratulations to you. You are the winner of the tickets.
Congratulations, Patsy. But I got to tell you this, Miss Patsy. I picked number 28, so I feel that just by default, you might should put me with you. I don't know.
Hey, maybe you can sit next to each other.
Yes.
So I'm happy for her. I would be happy for anybody. Honestly, I'm just glad there's going to be a Raiders fan in the stands to represent the Raiders and represent the Raiders the way I know these ladies and this lady in particular, but everyone that entered, ladies and gentlemen, know how to represent. So congratulations.
Nope.
Excuse me. All right. We have about 10 minutes left. Patsy, if you can figure out how to turn your camera on, please do. We would love to have you on. I'm kind of bummed. Just turn on your mic and your cam for us, and we'll get you on. You've been trying to get on all show, actually, which is maybe that's the key to winning. You have to put it in the universe and be backstage the entire time.
There you go.
All right, but any last thoughts before we wrap here, Scotty Waddy? And by the way, we still have 11 minutes, so if anybody wants to still appear on camera or call in, please do.
Last thoughts. No. Let's see what we do. We still got a few moves left. We have the June 2nd deadline coming up. It's money to spend. Make it rain. All up in that secondaries broom, all up in the secondary room. Let's put some money into that. Other than that, no. I don't really have any last.
This is a great note. I did not know this, so thanks for sharing, Raiders Rebel. Glaze, in his interview, also mentioned Jim Otto. The fact that these offensive linemen know the Raiders culture is absolutely priceless. Yes, I appreciate them knowing the culture, and it's not expected. I get it. They can't know the culture of every team, but they can learn it, and it seems like these guys are.
No, definitely. I'm glad you brought that up, Raider Rebel. I did not know that, but I appreciate you telling me. But, and the truth is, what you're saying, Spicy, culture was made before they were born.
Right.
So the fact that some of them do,
Yeah. No, yeah, it's definitely great. Well, we just hope for a good season. We hope the Raiders can make a run for the playoffs this year. There are some notable games. I think the notable games, obviously, the season opener at SoFi in LA against the Chargers, likely a highly favored Raiders crowd, so show up, represent. I think the home opener is always a big one, and hopefully they just demolish them. That's going to be week 3. We look ahead into the Chiefs game, a rivalry game, Black Friday. Raiders go in there, destroy another holiday, wreck another holiday, Christmas last year, hopefully Thanksgiving this year. And then I think one of the big ones everyone's looking forward to is the New Orleans game. Not only because it's against former Raider Derek Carr, but the Raiders fans always show up and show out in New Orleans. Plus, it's a holiday weekend, the 29th, New Year's weekend. New Year's Eve, I should say. New Year's Eve, however you want to say it. So, to me, those are kind of the notable games. Scotty, what do you think? Which ones are you looking for?
I'm looking for that season opener. Setting the tone is going to be a big thing. I think that's huge. Team-wise, we tend to say these things from the fan lens. But team-wise, I think looking against a division rival, you want to call it home, not home. It's in LA, I should say. My hometown, Inglewood, California.
Inglewood, always up to no good.
About a mile from that city.
Nice.
Anyways, setting the tone for the whole team. It's a lot of anticipation with how the season ended. I think game 1 is really great. I think the last game, the Chargers also may matter, and that's going to be something there. The ones in between, I don't know. Yeah, there's great games, and there's a lot of hype behind them, and that's all it takes. But as far as the team goes, I think where our buy is, that matters a lot. Because that's more important than, the holidays to me.
Yeah. All right. Rick says, Art, excuse me. Congrats, Patsy. Patsy's still backstage, by the way. Patsy, we'd love to congratulate you face to face. Maybe not Scotty so much, but he might want to charm you into
I'm trying.
He might want to charm you into sharing your extra ticket with him.
I'm trying my best to charm her.
Rick said, Raiders culture is real family. This is true. This is true. I don't know what she's saying this to, but yeah, let's fucking go. So, she says, Patsy is backstage commenting. She said, my phone won't let me change settings for camera and voice. Still tried. You could call in too, girl. If you want to call in, the number's up there on the screen if you want to call in. I'm just saying. If not, congratulations. Send me your email. If I don't already have it, I might already have it. I don't know. I don't think so, though. But send me your email so I can transfer you those tickets. I'll do that right as soon as you send the email. Rick says, I have family in KC. They married into Chiefs, but they wear Raiders gear with the Chiefs family. Not a hater, always a Raider. I like that. Oh, that rhymes. I like that. Space Beast at Balti Monday night versus Atlanta on the road in Nolens. I like it. And remember, if you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, it's free to subscribe. And please consider becoming a member to support the channel. We appreciate all of you. And we just appreciate all of you being in here and being in the comments and viewing, of course. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's our show for tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. Check us out. When I say us, I mean For Life Our Raiders Story. I'll be on Wednesday 6 o'clock with my other co-host on another show that we have. Chris from Protect the Shield, the Spicy Shield Talk, will be on this Wednesday, same time, same place, 6 o'clock. Come through. All right, everybody. You know how we go out? We go out one way and only one way. Raiders!